ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to HCS Pro Talk, your weekly Halo esports podcast. This is episode 79 for the week of June 25th, 2019. My name is Josh, aka JK Fire, and today, this wonderful week, I am joined by the man in a sharp polo, Will, aka I am Mr. Mayhem. Will, how are you on this wonderful Sunday evening?
Doing all right, man. How are you?
I'm doing swell. My daughter had her baptism / dedication thing today.
Yep.
It was you were there?
I was there.
Yes, you were. You got a picture?
I did get a picture.
You did. You did.
I looked pale as fuck. I'm just saying.
Dude, the lights, as you said, were blinding.
They were.
On that area. No, but other than that, today's been all right. Linnea has yet to go down for a nap, which is very unfortunate. I'm getting updates via text from my wife.
Does that mean, though, if she stays up, she might sleep longer tonight?
We're hoping so. We are hoping so.
Yeah, let's hope.
Let's hope so.
Get a good night's rest.
Yes, indeed. What I'm going to say is, it's a little drizzly out, but you know, it's Sunday. We're here to talk about some Halo, and we have a lot of Halo to talk about.
Yes, we do.
So, Will, do you want to know what's coming up on this week's show?
Sure.
All right. We got news, believe it or not. We have tournament announcements and recaps, and I made the change, Will. We also have league recaps. So when we get to this segment, you'll see I changed the name. And then we also have our weekly topic, courtesy of Mark Owns Your Face. He does not own my face. Community Halo Infinite Wishlist. So we're going to have a lot to talk about there. But before we get into any of that, and before we actually get to the first segment of the show, we have some housekeeping. And I only have one piece of information. Community playdates are officially back, starting this Friday, 8 p.m. Central Time. Join up. And you know what, Will? We're going to keep the train rolling. This way, hopefully, if you want to join, you can join, and you don't have to worry about MCC. We'll play some Halo 5.
Let's go.
Let's go, baby. So yeah, we'll play some Halo 5. I don't know what playlist yet. We're not doing Warzone. We'll do arena-type stuff. So, yeah, if you're interested, 8 p.m. Central Time. Now I go for 2 hours, and then if you guys want to continue it after the fact, by all means, go right ahead. But it officially starts 8 p.m. Central Time every Friday, starting back up this coming Friday. Will, without further ado, what do we always start the show off with? Roster Mania!
If you don't know by now, we got some Roster Mania. It's a recurring segment on this show where we talk about the rosters Josh has found through the internets through the week.
The internets!
So yes, and I go through and butcher some gamer tags. So first off, we went over it last week. We'll go over it again since it's still new. If you're playing, please utilize this list. It is the Ignite Halo European Open. Basically a free agent list, team list. And let's get into it. So full teams. We have, again, Demonica Esports, which is Manatee, Shoddy the Doggy, Shook, Godly, and Ducky KG as their coach. We have Maka Esports. This includes Warlord, Havoc, Looney, Squashy, and Organs as their coach. We have Demonica Purple. I don't know if this is just their secondary team or what, but it's Double XL, Flash, Jesus, and Fidgets, with Sketch being their coach. Probably not the actual Sketch, but...
Probably not.
Just saying. And then we have Endangered Esports. This is Dash, Kazi, Neji, and Vicinical. No coach there. We have a no-name team, which is Cerberus, Ghosty, Mysterion, and Batty, with Hyperactive being their coach. We have Mazer, which is Flames, Fusion, Haulers, and Snaky. Another no-name team here. Riots, Flux, Jimbo, and 2 Foxy. We have Team Stush, which is Icon, Envy, Mista, and Zamasta. Then we have Revive Nation, which is Batchford, Allen, and Deckbot. Let's see. We do have some partial teams. No team names yet. The first team is Legend and Plumbus. The second, Colossi, Maltzy, and Lindsay. Third team, Impact, Kenneth, and Benjamin. And then the free agent list is as follows. We have Wheezy, Mysterion KJ, Ego. Sorry. Oh yeah, it's Ego. I wanted to read it Ego. I don't know. Maybe I'm hungry. We have Cerberus, Viking, Kazi, Creep Easy, Noth, M2, Fusion, Fluxy, Sheezy, Ollie J, Sniple, Ghostwave, Convict, C1R, Harper, Christo, Scarsetti, and Zanti. And then I think one to note, I already said it, Josh had Revive Nation. I think they were the new team added to this list. So again, Batchford, Zuh, Allen, and Deckbot. We've obviously heard of Batchford. He's been streaming some Halo 5 pretty consistently. And
he's also on the stream team for Revive Nation.
Okay.
Yes.
So that's exciting that he's bringing a team.
It is.
We'll see.
It's exciting to see Revive back, actually.
I've heard of Zuh and Allen before.
Yep.
But Deckbot's new to me.
New to me as well.
So we'll see what happens there.
Yeah, we'll have to wait and see. The slogan's coming back, Will.
All right.
Not like it ever left.
That's really all we have for Roster Mania. With the lack of upcoming official tournaments for the big pros in North America, not a lot of movement going on, not a lot of things happening. So we'll have to wait and see what happens next.
Thanks for that, Will.
It could be a lot better, but it could be a lot worse.
And there's the second one. I love how you just brought that one in there, too.
You gotta roll with it.
That was fantastic.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
What do we have next?
Well, this is a rare... I wasn't used to that, segue into this segment, but it's COD, another games watch. And guess what, Will? We have something this time. This time, SGDQ, Summer Games Done Quick, is going on. It started today, and it's going on for a week, if I'm not mistaken. If you guys don't know what this is, it is a speed running marathon where they speed run video games. And so they speed run the video games, and they raise money for charity, which is awesome. And like I said, started today, goes on for an entire week, I believe, and it's awesome. It's something I watch every year. Another cool thing is, and I always tell myself I'm going to go, Will, but SGDQ for the past few years has always been at a hotel in Bloomington. So the fact that it's basically right in our backyard, right in our backyard, and I've never gone. I just think it'd be cool to go. But I do like watching it at home. That way I don't have to worry about being there or anything like that. But if you guys have the means to donate, I highly recommend you do so. I know they would appreciate it greatly. And they usually hit, I think every event so far, they've hit 2 million at least. So just put that in perspective. It's they sometimes they raise money for Doctors Without Borders. There are other charities that they include as well. So like I said, if you have the means to, go ahead and donate. If you don't have the means to, please share that stream. Tune in if you can. Let people know. And yeah, just enjoy the speedrunning community. Just a heads up. Last year, at AGDQ last year, awesome games done quick. So there's one in the fall, one in the summer, obviously. For AGDQ last year, Halo Reach was there. There is no Halo game this year at SGDQ. So that's just a heads up. Something to keep in mind, but that is what it is. Yeah, that's all I got. Which means that's it for COD, another games watch. Which means it's time for Will's Adventures Within the Universe and other games too. Will. I shook my body a lot that time.
You were.
I did. I was thinking about it on my way here today. What it's going to be like when we do our video show. And, it's going to be something. Will, what'd you play this week?
All right. I jumped into some Destiny 2 again.
The Destiny 2.
Yeah, we talked about it a lot last week. I just did a couple Crucible matches.
Okay.
Got very frustrated because it's bad. It's still bad.
Womp womp.
But basically, if you grind and get the weapons, you win Crucible.
That's true. Did you do any of the Black Armory stuff at all or no?
No, I didn't do any more story.
Okay.
So
okay.
Yeah, but then we played some Halo 5 yesterday.
Did we?
Obviously, we'll probably talk about it a little bit later, but Halo Bowl 3.
Yes.
And then we finally finished the Halo 5 campaign.
Which means Will has finally finished all of the mainline Master Chief Halo games.
Yes.
Will, what were your thoughts?
You know, you're basically chasing Cortana through this whole thing. You're chasing Chief, who's chasing Cortana through this whole thing.
Yeah.
And you get to the end, and you see her, and then it just fucking ends. Like, it just cuts, right? That's basically what it is. She takes off with the Guardian. It just cuts. There's no, like... It felt like they brought you right there, and then they just dropped you off.
Right, so... Did you play through the Mass Effect games, or no?
No, never played Mass Effect.
Okay. You're gonna get a lot of shit for that, be aware. But... It's definitely a series, well, the 3. You should play 1, 2, and 3. Don't play Andromeda, but that's besides the point. The point I'm trying to get at is the end of 3 was a huge contention for a lot of people. Like, there were a lot of people that were very upset with the end of Mass Effect 3. Okay? People felt like their decisions weren't justified, blah, blah, blah. But regardless, I thought about it a little bit more, and Cortana's vision, right, throughout the entire game, was she thinks, now she looks like she has ulterior motives as well, but basically her justification for everything that she's doing is she's trying to make humans more than they are, right? She's like trying to give them like a piece of AI as well, like within them, I guess you could say. Okay, and I forgot the term. And I'm like, listeners, if you know the term I'm looking for, please let me know the term. And let me know if this comparison is correct. But at the end of Mass Effect 3, you have 3 options. You can either destroy the Reapers, which are the big baddies, okay? Or you can like merge with the Reapers, like use the Reaper technology for the humans. And so the humans become like half human, half, not cybernetic, but just... Yeah, it's weird. You know what I'm talking about?
Sure.
And then the other one is, like, take over the Reapers. So we convert them to, like, be on our side. Okay, I think those were the 3 endings. But with the one that I'm thinking of constantly is the one where they merge together. Like, they take what the Reapers have, they merge it with the human body, and humans are more than just humans. And it seems to me like that's Cortana's justification for everything that she wants to do. Obviously, she wants Chief first. But, I don't know, maybe I'm completely wrong. Maybe I'm looking at it too, like, yeah. Maybe I'm too far off base, but that's just what I thought.
Yeah.
So I derailed this a lot. I'm sorry.
A little bit. No, but running through the end there, you fight the Warden Eternal. We got this. Yes. We kind of skipped one. We killed 2 of them of that 3.
Yeah,
and we kind of was like, all right, let's just move on.
Yep.
It's kind of like the gate before you get to Cortana there.
Yes.
So him, like, there's the overlying theme of like something's going on with these Guardians are being pulled in. It's Cortana who's doing it, and the Warden Eternal, he's like. He's a boss, but he's like a secondary boss to me. He's not like,
yes,
he was made to be the main focus of the game, but he felt so much like a secondary character that it didn't feel satisfying facing him.
Right.
So many times.
He was Cortana's bitch.
Basically.
Yeah.
And then you finally, that's what I'm saying. Like, so you get through all that fighting, you get to Cortana, and it's like, there's no resolution. It's just, she takes off.
Yep. She tries to take Chief. Locke saves him.
Mm-hmm.
And then Cortana with the Cryptum and the Guardian go off to who knows where.
Yep. So, yeah, it just feels... It felt like an empty ending to me. It did.
I agree. Because then you get like the very small scene at the end where you go see the Arbiter again and Halsey. And then Halsey's like, took you long enough. And then literally credits after that.
And then the next thing we get is a trailer for Infinite 4 years later, where Chief's just floating in space.
Right.
We don't know what happened. So I get why the community's not happy that it's been this long.
Yep.
Because you're just kind of, you're left on the edge. You don't, that's how I feel. Just
Oh, I don't doubt it. I don't doubt it. Now, going back through and playing through it with you,
it was fun.
Oh yeah, like I thought the gameplay elements were great, but you're right. Like the story itself, when you get to you have all this build up, right? And it feels really cool. You have these really cool set pieces that are happening.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like you're running down the Guardian on the
it was
world.
really sweet. Exactly. Yeah. But yeah, and when you're in St. Helios, like looks awesome as well.
Mm-hmm.
But you're right. When you get to the end, when you get to that climactic moment, it feels like it falls flat.
And it's kind of like, and I'm trying to wrap my head around this because like 1, 2, and 3 were like, it was just this one long. This was like the set story. 1, 2, and 3. That was the progression.
Right.
Now 4, we have 4 and 5. 4 was the introduction of the Didact, and then Cortana being merged with. We didn't know what happened, but
right,
Cortana was merged with the system.
Yep, I think the Forerunner the Forerunner system, I believe, is what she went into. Something like that.
5 was kind of Chief discovering that and chasing after her.
Right, because at the beginning, Chief did think that she was gone.
Yeah.
Like that she was completely 100% gone and that he was trying to cope with that.
So I kind of feel like 4 and 5 are your beginning to middle chapters of a book, and maybe Infinite will be
that finale
with the big bang. But the fact we had to wait for it for so long, I honestly, I didn't have to wait for it because I didn't play the stories till now.
Well, because if you think about it, people had a huge problem with Halo 2's ending, because Halo 2 left you on such a huge cliffhanger, like when Chief is going away on the ship, right? It was a huge cliffhanger. You had no idea what was happening because that was the first time that him and Cortana had been separated. Because Cortana stayed back, deals with Gravemind, right? And then Chief goes away because he's going to go to Earth. Then we come to find out, what was it, 3 or 4 years later when Halo 3 came out, and then we finally got the continuation of that. But no, people were very upset that Halo 2 ended the way it did. Because realistically, Halo 2 is supposed to be a much larger game. Much, much larger. So, but here we are.
So, I mean, there have been talks for years that each one of these games were supposed to be bigger than they were, and that they were rushed to get done, and that's why, like, Halo 1, you're basically running through the same maps at the end, and Halo 2 wasn't as big, and so the question for you, do you think Infinite is finally going to be this game where they finally get to put all this content in that they wanted to, or do you feel like now that they have like a release window, they have a new slipspace engine, I have a feeling like something's going to come down and it's going to have to be rushed again at the end?
So my joking comment is there's infinite possibilities, right? My serious response, I think that they've had enough time. I truly do. I think they've had enough time to put in everything that they wanted to put in. I don't think they're skimping on anything this time around. But I also believe, and it's what they've said in their press information and whatnot, is that they're laying the groundwork for the future of what Halo can be, right? With this new engine, with Project Scarlet, so on and so forth. They have that foundational layer. So I think Infinite, I truly believe they learned their lessons with 5. I really do. 4 had a lot of great content out the gate. Like, yes, a lot of people shit on 4, a lot of people shit on Reach, regardless. 4 came out with a pretty great amount of content, if I'm not mistaken. Then 5 didn't. 5 did not launch with Oddball. 5 did not launch with Big Team Battle. 5 utilizes a lot of Forge maps. 5's free content was a lot of rehashed content. Okay? I think they've learned all of their lessons with 5. But I also think they had a great foundation with 5's multiplayer. Okay? So yes, I respect the people who want the classic Halo back, because we've talked about this countless times on this show.
Yeah.
But we've also talked about how we would want sprint, or we would want faster movement, right? We want the game to feel like it's going a little bit faster. We don't want ground pound. We don't want Spartan charge. Clamber's okay. Right, are we on the same basis here?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay. So like I said, I think they have a good foundational layer with 5. I think 5's multiplayer is some of the best in the franchise. Still do. So if they just iterate on that, like they iterated on 2's multiplayer to 3, but like we've always said, every Halo multiplayer is technically different. Every single one of them is different. So I think if they iterate a little bit on 5, make it the best they can be multiplayer wise, and I already have a full like vision in my head that campaign's going to be stellar. I really do. Because yes, they haven't given us a lot, but what they have given us, like, ooh, it looks great. Ooh, that sounds cool. Ooh, I like that pilot. Ooh, Chief's green armor. You know?
Yeah.
Like and something we didn't talk about last week, in that trailer, there were a couple complete callbacks to Halo 1. Like 100% callbacks to Halo 1. When Chief is walking through the control room and the overhead display with the hologram of the Halo ring and it's broken up and whatnot, like that's a complete callback to Halo 1 Assault on the Control Room. It's the same thing. Then, I believe it's that mission. And then when what was it? Yeah. So when the pilot wipes the windshield and Chief's out there, okay? Actually, incorrect scene. My apologies. When Chief walks up to the cockpit and looks out and sees the Halo ring, right? That was another callback to Halo 1. Same thing happened. Chief walks up to the cockpit, looks out, sees the Halo ring. Okay? Basically beat for beat. So obviously they know. They know what people want. And they've also said this is a spiritual reboot of the franchise. Okay? I think they've learned... I've gone on too long. I think they've learned their lesson with Halo 5. I think this game is going to be a lot bigger, a lot better. And I think that this will lay the foundation of what Halo is to come. But I do believe this will be a fully featured game out the gate. I do.
Okay.
What about you? I've gone on too long. What do you think? What do you think it's going to be?
I don't even know at this point. I have a feeling it's going to be... I struggle with it a little bit, actually.
Okay.
I think there are going to be... They have to have the callbacks to the classic stuff. But the new generation of gamers are going to want the fast movement and whatnot. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know who they're going to try to appease this time.
We've struggled with this for so long. Like, that's the thing. Like I said, we talked about this for so many weeks. And you said it yourself. You can't please everybody.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
So, well, I'm just gonna see what happens.
We'll have to wait and see.
Yeah.
And you know what? I know we say this all the time too, but you and me have to agree on this, where the game's going to come out and people are going to think, well, it could have been a lot better, but it could have been a lot worse. Right? So it's like you said, you just can't please everybody.
It's going to do the Halo life cycle thing. It's going to come out. People will be excited. People will be disappointed. People start shitting on it. Next Halo game starts to come out. Oh, Infinite wasn't that bad. Every time I've heard this.
It is. There is that picture too.
So
it's very true.
Yeah, do you want to talk about what you played this week?
Oh, yeah, just quickly. Halo 5, Halo Bowl, like we said, and then we finished the campaign, like we said. And then also, I just played some more Final Fantasy 14. I'm working on getting to level 30, because once I get to level 30, I can get my first main job. If you guys don't know what Final Fantasy 14 includes, you don't have to have multiple characters if you don't want to. You can just have your one character, and you can be any class you want. And they just... Yeah, it's great. They're just quests that you do. You unlock that job or class, and you continually upgrade that job or class until you've gone on to your heart's content and move on. So right now I'm working on becoming a black mage. You get it at level 30. I'm level 28 right now. I'm getting there. That's what I played.
All right.
Will, should we talk about some news? First up, a little update. This is my Pixel Flare graphics. So here's the original story. We talked about this before. Pixel Graphics made a Halo ODST 2 UI concept, and I went on length to say, like, 343 should hire them immediately. Okay, they just should. So Turns out they didn't. And he actually put a tweet up just the other day that says, I applied to that UI position at 343 way back in February and just saw I was not selected this morning. Congrats to whoever makes the cut. Thanks for all the support, guys. So very unfortunate, Pixel Flare. William, I wish you the best. I hope you land there soon. I think you'd be a great asset for that team, hands down. And then also, he put an offer out. And I quote, does anybody want to help me collect/make free-to-use Halo stuff for everyone? I can't be the only madman here. Hit me up if you're loony and want to help. I'm not talking super high-end stuff. Mainly the basics. Renders, cutouts, screenshots are much needed. So yeah, sweet. That's awesome. He can do no wrong. You Williams are great people. You know that?
Well, thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, next news story. The MCC playlist update for June 19th, 2019 by Postums over on HaloWaypoint.com. And I quote, good morning, friends. It has been requested for quite some time by players everywhere that you would like to have more maps available in Halo 2 Anniversary for matchmaking. With today's update, we are happy to bring 3 maps from the winners of the Forge-tacular contest over at Forge Hub into social matchmaking. It has been a while since this contest happened, but we're happy to say that the winners have made their way into matchmaking today. First up is Select. This is by Secret Schnitzel. And Run No... Wait. Okay, I did this... Wait. Run... NOK Yard Run. Do we figure out ever how to pronounce that name? We have an impromptu roster mania here.
Let's say Run Knockyard Run.
Run Knockyard Run. Cool, I'm good. Let's do that. Select is an elongated bridge map in the style of Narrows. It's designed strictly for CTF and Team Slayer gameplay and has been refined over the years by Secret Schnitzel and several other talented forgers. Second place went to Heatstroke by Cobbled Together. Heatstroke, originally geoed, is a map I created in the later stages of the Meet Your Maker Squad CTF contest, but despite its late coming into the contest, I feel it became a strong map in a very short time. And for third place, Epic by A Chunk and Xandrith. This is the second version of Epicenter I've released in H2A. It was co-forged with Xandrith. In this version, the goal was to improve upon previous design by reducing the size, opening up the lines of sight, and adding height variation to the bases. Full details on where you can play these new maps is below. So, Epic has been added to Team Slayer, Multi-Flag CTF, Neutral Bomb Assault, Crazy King, Oddball, SWAT, Snipers, and Fiesta. Heatstroke has been added to Team Slayer and Multi-Flag CTF, and Select has been added to Team Slayer, Multi-Flag CTF, Ricochet, Crazy King, Oddball, SWAT, Snipers, and Fiesta. Also with this update, we have granted the Cartographer nameplate to those who forged maps have been added into matchmaking since our September 2018 update. This nameplate as well has been granted to those who helped craft the suite of modes for CE's Mayhem and CE Action Sack. So be on the lookout, content creators, for your new nameplates. Awesome to see. As always, have fun and we'll see you online. I am actually really excited to check out those maps.
Is it just because you're excited for the variations now? Or
yeah, I'm just excited for new.
Okay, yeah, for sure.
Yep, I'm really just excited for new. Because, yes, there are a ton of maps in MCC, but for Halo 2 Anniversary specifically, there's not. So, to see these Forge maps in there, to see the community get the recognition it deserves, fantastic. Love it. Next news story. Discovery Dispatch. Training Grounds. By Grim Brother 1 over on HaloWaypoint.com, and I quote, while the main focus of Outpost Discovery will be bringing the Halo universe to life in a from digital to physical type of way, today we're actually going to highlight one of the ways that you'll get to combine both physical and digital immersion for a Halo multiplayer experience unlike any you've probably ever had before. We are in the VR. Outpost Discovery will feature a unique and unforgettable competitive virtual reality experience developed with our friends and partners at VR Studios right here in Seattle, Washington area. Let me try and set the table here for you. In the Outpost Discovery training grounds, teams of 3 will simulate what it takes to be a Spartan in an immersive, Halo-themed combat training environment. Imagine pulling down your virtual reality headset and being transported onto a bespoke combat platform above the beloved Halo multiplayer playspace of Valhalla. Armed with a plasma pistol, energy shielding, and your wits and stamina, you'll be set out to blast your friends and fellow Spartans in a high-octane and hilarious no-holds-barred plasma-flinging shootout. The best way I can describe it is if you and your friends dropped into a Halo multiplayer match and an episode of Red vs. Blue broke out. Or maybe even the other way around, I'm not quite sure. Either way, you'll be treated to a fun and frenetic Halo multiplayer experience that will combine the real and virtual world in a uniquely immersive way. You just gotta try it. In fact, you actually might have recently seen 343's own Chief of Staff and resident Pittsburgh sports connoisseur Rob Semsey wax poetic and share some behind-the-scenes pics about his time testing the experience out with some of your other favorite 343 denizens like Bonnie Ross, Kiki Wolfkill, Frank O'Connor, Sean Barron, Sketch, Uni, and more. Needless to say, everyone involved were respectful, kind, and very good sports about the inarguable results. Something tells me they were not. But that's besides the point.
I'm excited to try that out.
I am too. The funny thing is, though, I really don't mean to be a Debbie Downer in this situation, but Will, when we're done recording, watch the trailer for it.
Okay. I didn't know there was a trailer out there.
Yeah, just you go watch that. And then we can talk about it next week. I want to hear what your thoughts are.
Okay.
Let's just say that I wasn't incredibly like, oh, woo! It was more like, okay, moving on.
Oh, God. Okay.
Next news story, trailer transmissions. This is the Halo community update by
Unishack.
Thanks, Will. Those over on HaloWaypoint.com. And I quote, for Halo Infinite, what we know so far. Since I've seen quite a few people out there ask, what's been confirmed about Halo Infinite so far, I've decided to build out a list and break it all down. So, release date. Holiday 2020 release for the entire Xbox family of devices, including Project Scarlet and Windows PCs. When does it take place in the universe? It follows the Master Chief story sometime after Halo 5 Guardian's conclusion. LAN. Halo Infinite will support LAN. Split screen. Split screen is currently up and running internally. Back in Black. Black undersuits will be in the game. Flighting programs. These opt-in flights will start small and slowly expand out until release. PC. Flighting may come a little bit later for PC players, but we're treating it as a first-class citizen. Player customization. If you like the level of armor customization options in Reach, I'm scrolling on accident, you will be pleased. SR-152. Players who hit Spartan rank 152 in Halo 5 Guardians will receive a token of appreciation in Halo Infinite. And finally, the Pro Team. There is an internal Pro Team for Halo Infinite. Hopefully this clears up some of the confusion and provide answers to at least a few of your questions. Media Press Kit. Anytime we have a big announcement, we usually create a press kit with screenshots, logos, and cool content that we send to media outlets and then place it on Xbox Wire. For Halo Infinite's trailer and our various E3 news beats, we released a barrage of screenshots, GIFs, cover art, concept art, and logos all at a ridiculous quality. However, since that feels a bit tucked away from most of our core fans, like you, our team has shared those same assets right here in the Waypoint forums. Take advantage of it and snag some new wallpapers today. Halo the Master Chief Collection. While we were busy sharing news at E3, including details on pricing, we also gave the MCC cover art a fresh coat of paint. This background needed a touch-up to include Halo 3 ODST, and we definitely needed to account for Halo Reach's upcoming edition. After that, we decided to make Master Chief's helmet green and the MCC logo gold, because who doesn't love gold? We were all about showing, not just telling, too, and we couldn't wait to hit the show floor to let people play Halo Reach on PC for the first time. E3 2019. Those that endured the line and played the demo were given an MCC poster with the updated design, this clean Noble Team pin, and could even win a Halo Reach mousepad, which you can now get online, which I have. For those of you who weren't able to join us in person at E3, be sure to sign up for the Halo Insider, as we will have a small public flight with this demo next week, or swing by a Halo Outpost Discovery location this summer, as they will also include opportunities to check out work-in-progress builds of Halo Reach. Speaking of flighting, PC flighting. If everything goes according to plan, our first flight for Halo Reach on MCC PC will be next week to a small subsection of registered Halo insiders. We're starting more modestly because we've got a few levers to pull and we want to ensure our delivery pipelines run smoothly, our communications are clear, and that participants can properly provide their feedback on the build. Since there's so many pieces and levers that need testing, verification, and appropriate approvals, we need to take our time to ensure we're sending out a quality flight to our Halo insiders. The team is a build which appears to be a strong candidate, but it's still in the middle of going through the test process as I type, and as you read. That said, we're still targeting a release next week, and we'll be sharing the details with the public, so even if you aren't selected for the flight, you'll know what's happening. Stay tuned for more details throughout. Halo 5 Guardians! Here's the June and July calendar. June 20th, Rock and Rail rotates in for Forerunner Slayer. June 27th, Husky Raid, which is new, rotates in for Halo 1 Anniversary Throwback. And Warzone Turbo goes live for the weekend. July 2nd, Halo 3 Classic Throwback enters into Ranked for the month. Shout out to Plaza and High Tech Redneck for putting this recommendation out there. July 2nd as well, Griffball rotates in for Rock and Rail. July 11th, Castle Wars rotates in for Husky Raid, and Warzone Assault goes live for the weekend. July 18th, Covenant Slayer rotates in for Griffball, and finally, July 25th, Mythic Shoddy Snipers rotates in for Castle Wars, and Warzone Turbo goes live for the weekend. How about some Halo gear? Xbox official gear. I talked about this last week. Here it is again. To celebrate its first birthday, the Xbox official gear store has loaded up with a ton of additional Halo gear. We've got Halo Reach, Halo Infinite, and Master Chief on all sorts of apparel, hoodies, t-shirts, long sleeve tees, etc. And the options are all so good. Dursky approves, but you should also take a look for yourself. Halo Legendary Crate. The final Halo Legendary Crate of the Noble Team series focuses on the lone wolf himself, Noble 6. Although we said June 15th would be the last day to get your name down for this crate, we've since extended it in order to let the few stragglers get aboard. Because of this extension, I had the opportunity to sneak in a few pictures of our Hyper Lethal Friends Halo Icons figure, and I gotta say that he's looking good. If you want to secure your last Halo Legendary Crate and complete the series, head to loot.cr/Halo today. And finally, Halo Lone Wolf Hardcover. The 4-issue comic miniseries starring Linda 058 has been turned into a single hardcover book. If you missed my coverage of the series in previous community updates, here's the official synopsis. Sent on a covert mission without the rest of her team, Spartan Linda 058's skills in infiltration and marksmanship are called upon to end the threat posed by a wanted scientist on a distant planet. With only an Oni AI at her side, Linda must fight through both the dredges of Covenant and the hostility of a lost human settlement to stop the rogue scientist in his tracks. You can get your copy both in stores and online starting this upcoming Tuesday, June 25th. Next up, some competitive news. First and foremost, Halo 3 Community Challenge Tease by Halo 3 Community over on Twitter, and I quote, 4v4 Hardcore MLG $500 challenge is coming soon. All players are welcome, and giveaways soon too. Stay tuned for that. Next up, Neighbor looks toward the future. This is by Neighbor. This isn't really a news story, this is just kind of funny, but I didn't know where else to put it in the show, so here it is. This is a tweet from Neighbor, and I quote, I really hope all of us competitive Halo players end up in the same retirement home when we are 70 years old plus, so we can land money 8s until the day we die. I would bag the fuck out of Roy all the time. I'd literally be shitting while shitting on Snipe Down.
Oh, wouldn't that be great?
I just thought that was really cool. So I had to include that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I also think that'd be really funny if like just all the old Halo pros are still together when they're in their 60s and 70s and they're still just competing amongst themselves. That'd be awesome.
When was Camo? Ah, fuck, I can't remember.
Oh my god, I love it. I love it. Next news story. AGLA, the American Griffball League of America, Week 4 Community Power Rankings featuring Lion Wins. This is by Rage over on playgriffball.com. So, what we're going to do is the same thing we did last time we did this. I'm going to read through 11 through 4, and then 3, 2, 1 them and do their deep dive on them as well. So, the power rankings for the Community Power Rankings. Week 4. Number 11, On the Fence, which are 1 and 9. 10th, Truthless and the Truthlessettes, 3 and 9. In 9th place, Junkyard Dogs, who are currently 3 and 8. In 8th place, Ninth Wonders, 6 and 7. In 7th place, Hypest, currently 4 and 6. 6th is Silva's Connection, currently 5 and 2. 5th is In Mungo We Trust, 6 and 4. 4th is Failure to Launch, 7 and 2. And in 3rd, for the Community Power Rankings of Week 4, is mediocre at best with a current record of 6 and 3. Well, current as in when the time that article was posted, we have different standings now, but that's besides the point. So, mediocre at best, currently sitting at third. Lion Wins says, after a couple of early losses, Rage has put his team on his back. Everyone on the team is negative 50 or more with the exception of Rage, which is positive 160. I don't know how, but this team finds a way to win. It's either not a sustainable way to win games and the L's are coming, or the hype is real. I'm all aboard the hype train. I'm personally rooting for all of them to do well. If Robot can continue running well and Meowla and Liquid polish up, look out. Rage states, probably going to change my team name after it's all over. A 5-1 loss to Ninth Wonders is a bit of a red flag, but a 3-1 week is nothing to be upset about. Still a lot of reschedules against some solid teams needing to take place, but a series against Hypus will be a great test for both teams. While we wait, Meow continues to grind and get better every day, and Liquid Nitrogen is back after a short absence, looking pretty mediocre as usual. In second place, they have Defiance, which are actually 3 and 4 at the time of this writing. Lion Wind states, this team is still an enigma to me. They've lost to a few low-ranked teams, but they've beaten some high-ranked teams as well. I want to believe Trespass drafted a good team with the number 1 overall pick in the draft. Digital and Sab might not be playing up to their potential, or maybe they were products of the players around them. The next couple sets will show what this team is really made of. And Rage states, I'm a big believer in this team. They've got the talent and the experience to get things done. I have no doubt that they will be 2-0 that they will 2-0 on the fence, and don't be surprised if they split the Monstars series. This team has the roster to compete for a championship, and I'm ready for them to start piling up wins others may not be expecting. And finally, in first place for the Community Power Rankings in Week 4, you have the Monstars, which at the time of writing were 11-1. This should come of no surprise. Lion Wind states, Shad, Titan Man, Active Hate, and myself. Is there anyone that can stop our team? So far, Shad's draft strategy is paying off huge. After the latest destruction of In Mungo We Trust and Truthless and the Truthlessettes, there's little doubt that our team is deservedly number 1 right now. We do have some big matchups coming up though. Our games against Defiance, Silva's Connection, Mediocre at best, and the Gauntlet of and the season finale with Failure to Launch is a who's who gauntlet of solid teams. Our main goal is to get the number 1 seed, so we are looking to go 8-0 to finish the season. Titan Man is running wild, Shad can't be pushed through the middle, Active and I are attacking the flanks and destroying your spawn. Who's next? And Rage states, their record is 11-1, and they've trashed pretty much everyone except for Hypest. There is no debate who the top team is going into the playoffs, and there's a potential championship preview in these upcoming games against Defiance. In other news, the MVP race is Shad's to lose and Titan is going for that runner award. Be sure to remind Lion and Active they're getting carried, regardless of the reality of what's happening here. I love how, there's just a little bit of shade going on.
Yeah.
In their own article. That's really awesome. So yeah. Clearly, Monstars look like they're the favorite to win it. But as was shown, there are a few teams in there that could definitely cause an upset. And we've said it a few times already, but we'll just have to wait and see because there is a potential for it.
We'll also have to see if for the playoffs, who gets the host. I mean, that's what we've been seeing a lot pretty regularly is that the host wins. So
it is very, very true. Speaking of AGLA, the American Griffball League of America, the Week 5 Community Power Rankings voting is currently open. We'll include a link to the Google Doc in our Google Doc of the show notes of the show. So go ahead and check it out and place your votes. Next up, Halo Draft League playoff information. This is by Abstract, and I quote, here is the official announcement on all playoff details. Regular season deadline is June 26th. It's coming up very soon. The final day to play any remaining regular season matches will be Wednesday, June 26th. Please try to get all of your matches played by this date. Any matches left unplayed will be reviewed by staff to determine what the result or any resulting forfeit should be on a case-by-case basis, and final standings will be posted. Playoffs, July 6th and 7th. The playoffs will be a 12-team double elimination tournament between both champion and challenger teams. From the Champion League, the teams that will be participating in playoffs will be the top 4 from each of the divisions. Of those, the top 2 teams from each champion division will get first round byes. The remaining 4 spots will be awarded to the top 3 challenger teams. The final spot will be up for grabs between the 4th through 6th place teams of the Challenger League. This is due to the Challenger League having more teams than either of the champion divisions individually. The times for all games in the playoffs will be set up ahead of time by the league. These times are static, as the other teams will be waiting otherwise for other teams to play their matches. All matches leading up to the loser bracket semifinals will be played on Saturday, July 6th, and all remaining matches will be played on July 7th. All matches will be best of 5, except the grand finals, which will be best of 7. This includes the bracket reset series if necessary. And finally, the Challenger 4th spot details. This spot will be determined by the results of 2 best of 5 series. The first game will be between the 5th and 6th seeded teams. The winner of this game will continue on to play against the 4th seeded team in another best of 5 series, the winner of which will have the 4th Challenger spot in the playoffs. Good luck to all the teams that will be playing in the playoffs. So mark your calendars, July 6th, July 7th. We have a lot of Halo that's going to be going on that day. And it's going to be great. Can't wait to see who comes out on top. And the final piece of competitive news, GT Halo announced their next LAN. This is a tweet by GT Halo, and I quote, "Halo LAN announcement. Who will be the king in the north as the top Halo 3 free-for-all player? Taking place on Saturday, July 20th at 5 p.m. You can go to @LandlordsGC, so @LANLORDSGC on Twitter. Find out more information there. Entry is $20. There's a prize pool of $500 plus. Registration's coming soon. It's going to be streamed over at mixer.com/GTHalo. Are you the best? Time to show. Awesome to see. And before Will gets into the tournament and league recaps of the week, we actually have our upcoming tournaments of the week. First and foremost, we have the Last Hit Halo 3 2v2 tournament by Article over on twitter.com, and I quote, "Attention all Dallas and Fort Worth, Texas Halo players. There will be a Halo 3 2v2 tournament on June 30th at the Arlington Esports Arena. Come out and support the event." And finally, going on this weekend, we have the Hot and Poundies Rampage. This is by SWAT Nation. So what is it? Pounds? SWAT Nation? What? Yes, we're co-hosting our first ever Pounds tourney. Teams will compete for their piece of a $200 initial prize pool. Additional contributions to increase the prize pool are more than welcome. MVP, aka most ground pounds, will receive a Swatty swag bag. What's the format? We have a 3v3 random teammates tourney. Pound the night away with 2 random teammates. Oh my god, the sexual innuendos in this statement, in this post. That's right, you get no control who you end up with. The weapons for this tournament are your Spartan. That's right, no bullets will be flying around, but your ground pound skills will be put to the ultimate test. You can also rely on melees and Spartan charges, but ground pounds are the way to go. The MVP of the tourney will be the player with the most pounds. Maps include Plaza, Regret, Collie, Empire, The Rig, The Pit, Eden, and Truth. It's going to take place on Swatterday, June 29th at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Registration deadline is Tuesday, June 25th at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Bracket will also be posted immediately after the deadline at the same date and time on stream after the raffle to determine who is on whose team. It's taking place at twitch.tv/naptimes with a Z. The rules for this and all of the SWAT Nation tournaments can be found in the rules page. By signing up, you acknowledge you've read and agreed to the rules. And you can register by signing up at the bottom of the link that we provide in the Google Doc or the show notes of the show. So go ahead and register and get your pounding on.
It sounds like it could be crazy fun or crazy frustrating.
Or both.
Yeah.
So if you wanted to... Never mind, I'm not even going to go there. Will... What do we got for the tournament and league recaps of the week?
All right, we have the AGLA weekly match results. Let's get into it. Hypest took on Mediocre at best, 5-1. Going to Hypest, they played again. Hypest again with the host, winning 5-2. Defiance went up against On the Fence, 5-0 to Defiance. They played again, 5-3 to Defiance. Hypest and the Truthless... Hypest versus Truthless and the Truthless sets. 5-0 to Hypest, and then 5-1 to Hypest. Ninth Wonders took on Failure to Launch, 5-3 to Ninth Wonders, and then again, 5-4 to Ninth Wonders. Ninth Wonders went up against Silva's Connection, 5-1 to Ninth Wonders. They flipped hosts, and Silva's Connection won 5-1. Silva's Connection went up against In Mungo We Trust twice, 5-2 to Silva, 5-4 to Silva, and that's it. There you go. Again, every single host winning the matches. On to the Halo Draft League weekly match results. Instinct took on Reborn, 3-2 going to Instinct. Reborn went up against Bed Bath & Beyonce. 3-0 to Reborn. Sorry, Josh. Wasted Potential versus Manipulative Smurfs, 3-1 to Wasted Potential. Bed Bath & Beyonce against Scarecrow Boat. Josh, you can celebrate 3-2 to Beyonce. YBW took on Where's Vemsy, 3-0 to YBW. Next up, Team Reciprocity Halo Gauntlet results. I believe this was a Halo 1?
This was Halo 1, 2, and 3.
Okay. First place went to Elamite and Voodoo Man.
Shout out to Voodoo Man.
Second, Chad Larson and Mark Gango. How do you say that? Ganhow?
Do you know who Chad Larson is?
He sounds familiar.
He's the owner of Team Reciprocity.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's the owner of that organization, and he thought that he stood a chance against Elamite.
Well, at least he played.
Yep. At least he played there. Yep, that's it.
Moving on, U.S. Army Esports Halo 3 1v1 tournament results. First place went to Sweet Dreamsies. Second went to Dirty Platano. Third and fourth, Skull Crusher 17 and Blue Napkin 29. Fifth through eighth, TC Range. DRM Junior Swee, I'm going to say. Metallion 262 and Shoe Mode. 9th through 13th, Arbiter 118, Big Sauce, Turkey Ram, The Homies, and Try Hard Nades.
I really wish they would have placed higher. Those names are phenomenal.
They are. Big Sauce, Turkey Ram. Nice.
The Homies, I love it.
All right, next up we have the SWAT Nation Summer SWAT Off results. First place, Ashley's Avocados. What? BXR Days, Doodle DHP, and NSG Cereal, $250 they took home. Second place, Humidity. Oh, gosh.
Humidititties.
Yeah.
That's a great name.
This was Tyrant, Google, and Swish Fives. They got $150. Third place, Panchitas OJ, Supersonic, Fireboy, Jet, and Legends took home $100. Fourth place went to Zombie Toes. This was Alanimal, Unusually Nasty, and Sabinator. Fifth through sixth, All Wet, Naftburger, Escape, Scyther, and Rampage. One in a melon, like 1 in a million, but 1 in a melon. Anyway, Duck Emoji, Laser Me Tort, and Kolak. 7th through 8th, we had Daring Dolphins, Soul Hunter, Mopo, and Warrior, and then Prof's Crabs, Straight Crazy Pro, Max Payne, and Pink. Next up, we have the Skirmish Pro $800 Halo 3 4v4 Open. First place went to Yerp. This was Tusk, Boobadooboo, Falcated, and APG. Second, Sage Esports, Cloud, Ride Noob, Goofy, Commonly. Third, GMS, Gabriel, Fantasy, Shaylee, and Trippy. Whoa! The fourth was Clockwork, which was Costa, Brawling Basil, World Famous and Known Phenom. 5th through 6th, we had NG Savages, Obnoxious Vital, Combone, and Mission Hockey. And then Pretty on Prom Night, Wikachu, How the Flip, Voxy, and Revamp. 7th through 8th, we had the Ants, Idolize, Glumps, Snake Middleton, and Pro Llama. Then Team Spectre was Beastway, Intims, I don't know, Envy, and Avixis.
Sure.
Yep.
Yep. It's up for interpretation.
All right. And then, hey, this one you might have heard about before. Halo Bowl 3 results, I should say. First place went to Halo Conversationalist. Congrats to them. This was Silver Scorpion, Bronze Billy Goat, No Shields, and Rambizo.
They played out of their fucking minds. Yeah. Out of their fucking minds.
They seem like they could hold their own in a pro tournament.
They did really well. I wouldn't be surprised if they have competed before. At least I hope they've competed before because they played very, very well as a team. Congratulations to them.
Second place, Gaming Under Fire, Daddy Tracks. The carriers of the team were Pixel Pete and Deadeye Viper, and then Tasman. Third place went to Drunken Halo.
Tasman was not a carrier of that team. Let the record show that.
Daddy Tracks did pretty well too.
Oh yeah, yeah.
It was
that team overall did very well too.
Yeah, it was crazy what they were able to do.
Yes.
Third place went to Drunken Halo. The previous 2 years running champions, they came in third. This was the Junior Ace Drunken Halo podcast, Oreo and Los Burger. Fourth went to what?
Oh, I was just going to say, they're nothing to scoff at either. Like, they played very well, all things considered as well. It's just the other two teams had a little bit better teamwork going into it, so.
Fourth went to Podcast Evolved, Tetrahedrite, King Muffin, Strike Tiff 95, and Get Shit on Scud Puddle. At least you didn't take first.
But they did shit on us. That's for damn sure.
I got Scud a couple times when I was surprised.
Sure.
That I outshot him a couple times, and I even got a little body melee and teabag at the end on Truth CTF.
Speaking of teabags and body disrespect, so I believe Heavy told me that he counted 5 bags on Taz.
Yeah.
And then I think I got Scud once. And I know Scud got me, and I know Taz got me as well. So there was bagging and shooting bodies on both sides, for sure.
I know I got Taz at least once. I didn't keep track after the first time.
That's okay. So, their team rolled us, so it's what it is.
I sacrificed a couple deaths for a teabag, but it is what it is.
Yes.
Fifth through 7th, Podtacular, Dust Storm, Keys, Confall, and Bobby. You might recognize this name, HCS Pro Talk.
Who are they?
No idea. JK Fire, myself, Mr. Mayhem, Heavy Rainfall, and Brian Makes Games. And then coming in 7th with Captain's Report, Sniper, Ravioli Fingers, Lizard Lips, and Classy Ham. GG's, boys. It was, I was incredibly frustrated that I didn't do better, but it was all for a good cause.
It was for the kids.
We hit $4,500, which was $500 over our $4,000 goal.
Yes.
Great to see.
Yes.
We are able to donate a go-kart, which is basically a gaming cart. So they, console, TV, controllers can roll into those hospital rooms that, so sick kids can play video games while they're there if they're on extended stay. I know I had one when I was in the hospital as a kid, so means a lot for me that we're able to do this and be a part of it.
That's awesome. So. And then obviously we wish we would have placed higher. That's a given, considering we won like the unofficial Halo Bowl 2.5. But a lot of these players that competed now were not in that tournament. But yeah, we practiced for less than a week going into the event.
We practiced for we played probably a total of 10 matchmaking games.
We played probably a total of 5 hours.
It was.
Yeah, practice of because it was an hour a day because I had to take care of my kid. But no, that's no excuses. Like every team came into this ready to win, like unbelievably ready to win. And clearly we weren't the practice enough team. Players were playing out of their damn minds. Strats were off the charts. It was crazy. It was just awesome to see happen too. And then also I want to give a quick shout out to Ravioli Fingers. You're the real one. Send me a GG after the match was ended. We had a little conversation in Xbox messages. But no, you're great. Captain's Report. I'm glad you guys joined in as well. It was great to have you. We hope we see you again next year. And we know that we have to put a lot more practice in for next year. We're going to come in hot. We're expecting to win. We're bringing it all. But you know what, Will? We've made the joke before. We'll make it again. There's a reason why we're called HCS Pro Talk and not HCS Pro Play.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
I just gotta say, right now, I've been talking about it for a while that I've been in a gaming rut. And I don't know if I just, I'm contemplating just diving into Halo 5 and just playing it as much as I can. I feel like I'm gonna get sick of it because it is what it is, and matchmaking is horrible right now.
We're going for that 152, baby.
Yeah, it's not going to happen. I have to play 4 hours a day.
2 hours a day.
I'm behind where you are.
I'm just saying, if you just keep with the trend, you'll still make it there more than likely before. Yeah, you'll make it there before Infinite's release.
It's a lot of Halo. It's a lot of Halo.
It is.
I mean, if you get on and we're jumping into matchmaking, see, the thing is I know I'm not as good as you and other players, so
we don't need to play ranked. We can play completely something different.
We could, but the fact is if we do play quick play, you going 16-5 and I'm there at 10-10, you're getting a lot more XP from that than I am.
But maybe we we could do ranked or we could do something, but I'll just work on my teamwork. I'll just work on running as a buddy system with you.
Well, I think from what I've seen in this Halo Bowl tournament, we need to work not like, okay, running the 2v2 would have helped a little bit, but
It would have helped a lot.
what I saw a lot of is one of us would go down and they would all four collapse on one spot where that buddy was, take him out, and then all four would collapse on the remaining two, all from different angles.
Refuge was a nightmare.
It was not everyone just group up and run together. It was, hey, get in position and pinch.
Right.
There's so many times we got pinched and we couldn't do anything about it because there was nowhere to go.
Right.
So it's like, if we want to compete in Halo Bowl 4, and like I'm saying actually not just
we're
be
competing.
there,
We're competing.
but having strats,
Yep.
we need to like start now.
I agree.
We need to start now.
Yes, we're giving it our all.
So all right.
We're giving it our all.
We need to set up like scheduled practices, putting together an actual
That's right.
team.
We'll actually have scrim recaps
Yeah.
because they'll be our own.
There'll be our own scrim recaps. Oh, but yeah, it's
It was fun though.
it was fun at times.
Yeah, I know.
It was frustrating when you expect. I mean, it was a complete 180 from what Halo Bowl 2.5 was.
Yeah,
Like,
all the teams showed up this time. Because all the teams didn't show up last time. It was 5 teams last time?
5 teams last time, but even the teams that showed up last time, a couple of them didn't have these caliber of players they brought in this time.
Yes, there's a definitive change in roster
Yeah.
this time around.
So,
I think Podtacular may have stayed nearly the same though.
they did. And
Yeah.
then we just had one change out. Silas wasn't able to make it, so Heavy Rainfall stepped in for him.
Yes.
So,
and then we also, I think last time we had, I believe Zarners was on our team too instead of Brian.
No, it was Brian. It was Brian. We went up against Zarners, I believe. Zarners and Scud Puddle were on other teams.
Why do I... Okay.
We went up against him because he gave us a lot of trouble too. Last in 2.5.
I was
Pretty
watching the
sure about it.
2.5 recap on Mudcat's stream and I saw Zarners on our team.
Was that at the end when people started leaving? And
That could have been the very, very end.
We
Yeah,
did
yeah,
mixed
yeah.
match teams and
Yeah.
whatnot. We had people fill in, yeah.
That very well could be it. I apologize. But yeah, so Zarners was no longer on Gaming Under Fire, which was Gamer Rage at the time. Which means Tasman stepped in. But yeah, I would say, you know what? I'll go on record right now and say that, okay. No, never mind. It probably would have been the same outcome. Yes, it would have been the same outcome. I think Halo Completionists, now knowing what that team's capable of, they would have still won. But if Gaming Under Fire had Zarners instead of Tasman, I still think they would have gotten second, but it maybe would have been a little bit closer.
Yeah, put up a little bit more of a fight.
Yep.
Because, I mean, let's be honest. Completionists, or conversationalists, sorry. Halo conversationalists, right?
Yes, conversationalists. Yes, the Halo conversationalists.
They ran the table. They
did. Oh my God.
No one really stood up to them.
Yep.
So.
Crazy. Great gameplay.
All right. That's all I got for Halo Bowl. That does it for the tournament / league recaps of the week.
Very nice.
What's up next?
Next, we have our weekly topic of the show. This community Halo Infinite wish list. This is brought to us by Mark owns your face, but he doesn't own my face. So yeah, I asked you guys on Twitter, on Facebook, on Discord, and for the first time ever, on Instagram. And guess what? We got an Instagram response, but we'll get to that in a minute. First, we got Twitter. I've never actually had to say his name yet. Is it It's Prof or It's Proof?
Ooh, good question.
Yeah, right? SWAT Nation?
I'm going to go, because doesn't Proof have 2 O's?
It does, yep.
Let's just go with It's Prof.
All right, It's Prof.
Maybe
All right.
he's an actual professor somewhere.
From SWAT Nation fame, he states, as E3 comes closer, I'd like to share with all of you my wish list for Halo Infinite. Everybody is invited to join the conversation. Don't get toxic, act as mature adults, and let's get a nice, healthy debate going. Let's get started. 1. Movement. As much as many people hate Halo 5's movement, I think it has taken the game to another level, and in my opinion, made it the most competitive Halo game. All the mechanics and micromanagement of your movement is so important and takes a lot of skill to master. Yes, some of the things might need to be tweaked, like thrusting in midair, which could feel a bit overpowered. You're a Spartan, a super soldier from the future. Why would the Spartans not be able to run and use their armor to make them the force they are supposed to be? Having said that, I think the core movement mechanics of Halo 5 should stay, but they should be tuned and tweaked for a better feel. Halo 5 was a good start, and now to polish that and take it to another level. Weapons. This is what Halo 5 got wrong. The staple gun of Halo, especially in competitive play, has always been the BR. In previous games, you could really feel the power of it by its sound, performance, and feel. The Halo 5 BR was rendered useless, so did the DMR. After getting nerfed, never revised again, it was pretty much worthless to pick them up. The BR has to return as the main gun for the game, especially in ranked game modes. Pickup weapons should be worth picking up. Not much of an issue there now. I'd like the weapons to sound lethal and feel lethal. I think they do sound and feel like Skittle shooters in Halo 5. I've never heard that before, Skittle shooters.
I heard the term pea shooters, but not Skittle shooters?
Yeah, Skittles are, I like Skittles.
Yeah,
Skittles are good.
Let's roll Skittles from now on.
Alright, 3, dev support. Constant game support with content drops, balance changes, bug fixing. I didn't see this for Halo 5. Forge maps are good, but getting premium quality maps, modes, items from 343 would be great. Like myself, a lot of people will be willing to pay for such a thing. Also, beta test the heck out of it. Quickly iterate through feedback and implement changes. One run of beta testing is not enough. Test it as much as possible before launch. I mean, beta test it a lot. Can't stress that enough. 4, community involvement. This is something that has started to be really good lately. I can't say anything but positive things about community managers and devs listening to us and supporting small communities. Big shout out to Josh, 343, shout out to Josh, Postums, Tashi, Misplaced Yank, and then who will?
I don't even know if I'm saying it right. It could be Unishek or it could be Unishek.
I don't care, just say it.
Unishek.
There it is. And everybody else who takes the time to listen to us and engage in constructive dialogue to improve the game, even when they have to deal with immaturity and toxicity along the way. Programs like Grassroots must continue. Empowering communities and content creators will keep people coming back to the game. They will attract more players, making the entire game ecosystem healthier and much more enjoyable for seasoned and new players alike. Listening to the community when they have valid arguments and feedback that should also be considered for implementation will also be key. The ability to quickly iterate, test changes, and getting to a consensus will keep both devs and players happy and valued. This concludes my wish list. Be sure to jump in with your ideas and thoughts about Infinite. What do you want to see? Can't wait for it to be released. For the extra credit of this section, make SWAT something amazing. We at Halo SWAT Nation can't wait to play the next generation of SWAT and feel the most friendly and fierce SWAT competition in the Halo universe. Before I move on, let me literally just say this. Every single point I agree with 100%. There is not a single thing that I read that I was even remotely against. Like, I want the BR to be the mainstay weapon. I do. I was pissed when it was gone. I was pissed when it was nerfed. And I'm pissed that the pistol's the main weapon in the game right now.
One thing on the BR. Do you think if they brought it back to... Because right now it's still it's a 5-shot, right? Or is it a 4?
It's a 4-shot.
Well, what if the problem with the BR versus the pistol is you can get 5 shots off with the pistol before the 4 with the BR. At least I feel like.
So...
Or maybe I'm just not accurate. That's another problem.
Like, nothing against you, but I think it's supposed to be very, very similar, if not indistinguishable.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it should be right then and there, same time. So, it just takes technically more bullets with the BR to kill than with a pistol.
Sure. All right.
But yes.
No, make the BR more powerful then.
No, I literally just want the BR to be the mainstay weapon. I think that having a pistol as the primary is not... I just don't personally like it. And then again, I'm not the greatest with it either. Like, you saw me during Halo Bowl, I was whiffing shots left and right. I'm just not... Like, I have confidence in my shot, but there are just those times where it's just, I feel like it just doesn't work out for me. But that's besides the point. I'm just not that good. So yeah, basically every single point I'm gung-ho about. So thank you. That was great. Next up, the only Zoltan states, without question, these three are non-negotiable. Fun gameplay, especially gunplay. Feature full spectator mode on PC and Xbox. 5 to 7 engaging competitive maps out of the box. This on top of the game working properly and whatnot.
Sounds good to me.
I agree completely. On Instagram, Will, we had Trevor Vobble. Shout out to Trevor. Haven't seen you in quite some time. I hope everything's going well. I just saw your bunny pictures on Instagram. They're adorable. Trevor states, an amazing story, replayability, game modes for different kinds of players, and a skill gap. I like that. Give you a little something to work towards. Get better. Have a little bit higher of a skill ceiling. All right. And on Discord, here we go. Silo states, my wish list doesn't really have anything to do with features or specifics, rather just how the game plays. I'm hoping for a game that's based around offense, simple yet still hard to play, and isn't hyper-aggressive to the point where most game types center around collapse on spawns. I don't care about the starting weapons, Spartan abilities, or anything like that, as long as the game meets the previous criteria. Alright, Silas, I don't want to hear you bitching if there's sprint. Alright? I don't want to hear it! Next up. Palshi states, just do it right, which is tough to explain, but no matter what, they release as long as it can be fixed. Vanilla Halo 2 wasn't the greatest, but it had so many aspects of being great. One update later, and it was that amazing game we all loved. I don't care if there's armor abilities or sprint, if the game feels good and the gun battles feel like Halo. Strafe, ducking, jumping, or what have you during a battle. If the starting weapon is a burst or single shot, as long as it registers when I shoot somebody. If I have good people to play with, I know I will love this Halo unconditionally. P.S. If I can get reach armor customization without microtransactions, earn random pieces of armor you earn from grinding, that would be the only thing I'd want. Thanks 343. Please don't fuck this up, main.
It wouldn't be Palshi without a main in there.
It wouldn't be. It sets them apart, you know?
Yes.
You know what else I didn't say?
What's that?
I didn't call him by his other name.
Good.
Do you know what that other name is, Will?
Let's move on.
All right, I'll give you this one. High Tech Redneck states, in no particular order, 1. A good variety of ranked playlists. At a bare minimum, Team Slayer, FFA, SWAT, snipers, doubles, and a competitive playlist. 2. A properly functioning theater mode. Basically just copy and paste Halo 3's theater. I know that's not how it works, but I feel like if they got it right 10 plus years ago, there's no excuse why it can't be done now. You know why she states that?
Why?
Because in Halo 5, you can only have one person in theater at a time. 2 people can't be watching the same film at the same time.
Really?
Yep.
All right.
3. A good BR is a primary weapon. Oh, Beth, you're amazing. 4. Good settings for competitive. Don't dumb things down with radar, nade hit markers, and times announcing when power weapons are up, etc. 5. No playable elites, at least not in ranked. 6. No vehicles in ranked matchmaking. 7. A good ranking system. I prefer a 1 to 50 system, but as long as it works and actually makes sense, I don't care. 8. Good sounding guns. Don't want guns that sound like they're shooting BBs. So we've had pea shooters, skittle shooters, and BB guns. I love this. I love these representations of Halo 5's weapons. 9. Good maps. 10. No Spartan charge or ground pound. 11. I'd prefer no sprint and just an increased base movement speed, but that's pretty low priority for me, really. And 12. Overall, just a fun game. Love it. Loved all of them. Heavy Rainfall states, 1. A really long campaign. Locke and Arbiter have missions as well. Chief would be cool. Put the Resident Evil 6 spin in multiplayer would be cool for the bosses. Resident Evil 6 was a shit game, Heavy. What are you talking about? Maybe what he's talking about is good, though. All right. For those who have... Here we go. We're going to get into it. For those who have never played Resident Evil 6, when you picked a character like Leon, you and your partner would play the campaign as 2 characters, but there are moments where the game match makes you with other players playing a different campaign, such as Chris. So the game becomes a 4-player co-op for a mission or 2. Pictures blue team in one mission, all 4 players, but then a guardian shows up and Locke shows up, so it becomes an 8-player boss fight. It felt like 8-player co-op was teased at the end of 5. Okay.
With both squads.
Yep, I hear ya. 2, more than one repeated boss. Someone also did not like Warden Eternal. 3, hub world that rewards you with armor for exploring. We talked about hub world last week. Number 4, more customizations than necessary. Number 5, Chief and Cortana die at the end in a heroic fashion. Give me the line, "Our fight is finished." My heartstrings. Number 6, Blood Gulch, Lockout, Midship, and Pit. He wants remakes of maps. Number 7, Sprint would be a setting for multiplayer. Number 8, bring back BXR. More importantly, I want an easier entry point for people but a higher skill ceiling. Number 9, no Terminator armor. Looking at you, fears. Wait, no Terminator armor looking at your fears. I don't know what that means. Number 10, let me buy the goddamn armors again. He's really upset that he didn't get an armor yet in 5 because I still don't think he has it yet. So Heavy, I'm sorry, man. Just do what I did. Spend a lot of money on gold rec packs. And what I mean by that is real money, because that's what I did. And I feel kind of bad about myself because I'm stupid. But number 10. Wait, no, that was our number 10. Number 11. Polish Breakout. I love that mode. Turn it into an S&D clone. I don't know. Breakout was really good.
I know that it didn't work. The pros didn't like it.
It was supposed to be the competitive mode. And you're right. Then the pros did not care for it.
It was good.
Yeah.
I would say, like, I guess I didn't like the map aesthetics.
Okay.
Change that up a bit.
Sure. Maybe take it out of the whole simulation type thing, because that's what it was.
But yeah, actually having your one life.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Hell yeah.
I'm down.
Number 12, Firefight. Not Warzone Firefight, but ODST and Reach Firefight. Yes. It's the one thing I was so excited for Warzone Firefight to come out in 5. Then I realized it was 5 rounds and it wasn't even that fun. Unfortunate. 13. I might be in a minority here, but bring back Spartan Ops. I don't think you're in a minority at all. I think that is a thing that a lot of people enjoyed. It was something to do in the meantime, and they honestly just kept adding to it. There are a ton of chapters in that. I still need to play through them all. And then finally, 14, make a counter-cooperative mode. Okay. So kind of like are we talking about an asymmetrical multiplayer mode? Like an Evolve type situation like they're doing with Rainbow Six? Who knows? Either way, good points. Goalie Sniper states, whatever they give me, I'll love. So they just had Blue Team. Even if only in a cinematic or what other players can be, if you play co-op, I'll be crying tears of joy. Everything else I'm sure I'll love or learn to love. Short, sweet, and to the point. All right, Will, you ready for this one?
What do we got?
The man himself who gave the topic suggestion of the week provided us with a separate Google Doc. And I have it open, ready to go. Are you ready, Will?
Let's hear it.
These are Mark's Halo Infinite wish list items. Preface. Infinite's core foundation. Halo CE. H1 core foundation. In my opinion, Halo 1 is still the best overall Halo when you factor in both campaign and multiplayer. I want Infinite to start off with Halo 1 mechanics, movement, physics, shooting, etc. at its core, and then additions be made to that. So, when Halo 2 came out, I remember thinking that it just felt like a different game, and I always asked myself, why would they just not keep everything about Halo 1 and make new additions to it? So you're going to see a lot of Halo 1 elements throughout this document. Campaign. 1. Great story that emotionally draws me in, surprises me, like the Flood did in Halo 1, is dark and gritty and even scary at some parts. 2. Great music. All Halo Infinite musical scores need to be run by Marty O'Donnell for final edits. That's not going to happen. Just going to give you a heads up on that one, bud. Number 3. Release the finished campaign before multiplayer is released. Okay. I would personally like to have a couple of months to play through the campaign and get used to the game before I start grinding multiplayer. And fourth, open world. Allow players to explore the entire Halo ring. So, there's going to be great music. It's not going to be ran by Martin O'Donnell. Just giving you a heads up on that one. And I doubt they're going to release the campaign separately from the multiplayer. I just highly doubt that's even going to be a thing. But I respect where your head's at. The open world, absolutely. Want that. Next, HCS leagues and tournaments. 1. Regional HCS Pro and Amateur leagues. Yes. Regional HCS Pro leagues. Each region will have their own 20-team HCS Pro League. Whoa. Top team wins the league trophy at the end of the season. Top 4 teams secure their top qualifying placement in the annual Halo World Championship and Regional League playoffs. Bottom 3 teams at the end of the season get relegated down to the Amateur League. Okay, I like that. We have relegation. That's what they did in the previous Pro Leagues. I'm all for this. Have a 20-team HCS Amateur League. Top team wins the Amateur League trophy. Top 3 teams win their spot in the Pro League, and the bottom 3 teams at the end of the season get dropped from the Amateur League or Division II League if there is one. Have the same HCS leagues in every country, region, in the world. For example, US League, Canada League, Mexican League, EU League, etc. You could also do it like NA League, EU League, AU League, etc. Roster locks and trade windows. Mandatory roster locks and trade windows. And do not allow players and orgs to switch out team members at will. Preach it. Preach it, Mark. Preach it to the high heavens. HCS Regional Playoff Invitational Tournament. This is an annual invitational tournament. Only teams that play in their region's pro and amateur leagues will get invited. Seeding will be based off of the league standings. HCS World Championship Open Tournament. This is an annual tournament open to any and all teams in the world. Regional, AM, and Pro League teams will take priority. Seeding will be based off of Pro League and the HCS Regional Playoff Invitational Tournament performances. All new teams will be seeded in the pools based off of a prior HCS World Championship online qualifying tournament in their region. HCS Pre-Multiplayer Launch Invitational Tournament. The weekend before multiplayer is released to the public, hold an invitational tournament where 343 flies out all future Halo Infinite competitors for an open bracket tournament before the competitors have even played the game. Well, they're not going to fly out everybody, but I can see them flying out some top pros to compete. I could definitely see that being a thing. Next up, HCS season specific notes. 1. 3 new maps rotated in every HCS season. At the end of every season, have the pros vote out one map, then have the fans vote out one map, and finally have 343 take out one map. Then, vote in 3 new maps. Pros vote, fans vote, and 343 puts in a vote. This is another feature that will keep the HCS seasons more interesting. No weapon timers for players in HCS competitive play. Having the spectator view show the weapon and power-up timers will create a dramatic effect for the viewers, aka dramatic irony. No radar in HCS play. Ever. I don't ever want to see a radar in an HCS season, ever. 4. Toggleable Halo 1 and Halo 2 style insta-kills. Have built-in button combos that make the game more interesting. So you have close range melee insta-kill, which is BLB and BXB from Halo 1 and Halo 2 respectively. You have close range shot insta-kill, which in Halo 2 is BXR. And then you have long range shot button combo, and Halo 2 is a double shot and Halo 2 quad shot. Again, button combos. B. Don't have them all turned on at first for HCS. Have one in the first season of HCS, then take it away and add in another ability. For example, HCS Season 1 features the close range melee insta-kill. HCS Season 2 takes the close range melee insta-kill out and puts in the close range shot insta-kill. HCS Season 3 has both the close range melee and close range shot. This is one type of thing 343 can do to keep the HCS seasons fresh and interesting. Mark, if they're going to include them, they're going to include them all. I don't see them taking one out and putting one in. That's just my opinion. And also, I just don't think they're going to be in there. 5. Halo 5 movement and abilities. Same idea as what I said for toggleable Halo 1 and Halo 2 style insta-kills. For example, HCS Season 1 would include limited Spartan abilities such as Thrust and Stabilize. Season 2 would add Spartan Slides. Season 3 would add sprint. Season 4 would take away sprint, etc. Again, this is something that will keep the HCS seasons more interesting. Again, I don't see it happening. It's either all or nothing.
Yeah, I see where he's coming from with
I do too.
With the changing those things out, but
seems like kind of like the Fortnite approach.
A little bit
for seasons.
I think that Halo's always been about the consistency of competitive, though.
Except with 5,
yeah.
where they decided to just do things like fucking willy-nilly.
Yeah, they should have taken out not sprint, but Spartan Charge and
Ground Pound.
That should have never been in competitive. But
and Radar. I do like the new iteration of Radar in competitive, but if it just wasn't there at all. But the fact that you are able to, like, it's only if you sprint or you use your abilities or if you shoot. Yep, and that's okay, I guess. But yes, I would prefer if it was just gone. It's something I'm accustomed to, is it being gone. So when Halo 5, when it was the only one that it was in, caused a lot of issues. Okay. 6, keep shot hit markers in HCS play. Okay. 7, no grenade hit markers in HCS play ever. 8, coach's view. Have a coach's view where the coach has access to all 4 players' views. Coach can even have the view of 4 players split screen. Okay, so I guess they just have like their own monitor in front of them. They can see everything.
Sure.
That's what it sounds like to me. Kind of like what the broadcast desk has.
Yeah, so I mean, it would be more if you would just, if you're in a custom game, just like you have an observer, you can have one labeled coach rather than observer, so he's not able to move around the map or see, but you can just select a team, red, blue, yellow, cyan, whatever.
Sure, I think that's cool.
And then it would just show all 4.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
That'd be awesome. Spectator view. This is number 9. Have an awesome spectator view that expands on Halo 5's. It should show weapon and power-up respawn times to the audience. Agree. Increased spectator view is awesome. I would totally be in for that. Pistol versus battle rifle. Have both a pistol and battle rifle in Halo Infinite that are perfectly equal in competitive play but are not in play at the same time. For example, Season 1 features battle rifle, Season 2 features a pistol. He really seems like he's going down that Fortnite path of seasons where they take things away and they put things back. It's exactly what this sounds like. I don't think I'm in for that. All right, we're getting towards the end here. This is the last piece. Multiplayer. Toggle ability. Every single setting needs to be toggleable. 343 has already done a good job of this, but they need to make sure that they include anything controversial, such as grenade hit markers. Make dirtying weapon toggleables as well. This is another item that can be changed in and out of HCS seasons. Halo 3 Insta-sploding. Bring it back. This is a phenomenal feature that should never have been taken out. Halo 1 frag grenades. H1 frag grenades have a powerful and timed explosion. Put them in Infinite. Halo 1 weapon nading. Bring this back. This isn't Halo 5's weapon nading. In Halo 1, you can nade weapons with frags or plasmas and the weapons will fly right back to you. This is another great Halo feature that should have never been taken away. Make weapon nading toggleable as well, as this can be taken in and out of HCS seasons. Halo 1 shooting. Projectile shooting, low auto aim, lead your shot to get the most satisfying Halo kill you could ever get, and I prefer projectile, but this should be another toggleable feature. Make hit scan and projectile toggleable and change them out between HCS seasons. No way. Nope. You can't... Mark, I respect that you want a lot of things to be, like, user configurable, but you're changing literally the fundamentals of the game at that point. You can't straight up change how a game feels to shoot after one season of competitive play. No. I'm sorry, man. No way. Halo 1 style portals. Bring them back. Portals are blocked when another player is standing in them on the other side. Okay. Portals have been around for a long time, or teleporters for that matter. Competitive, though? That's tough. And finally, Halo 1 style plasma weapons. When you shot with a plasma weapon, your movement slows down, your shields drain quickly, yet they have a longer kill time. Okay, yeah. Plasma weapons should be known. I don't know about the moving slower, but I don't know if that should be a thing. But plasma weapons are known to take shields down, while UNSC weaponry is known to take health down. It's literally what they're known for. That's why you have the plasma pistol, you have the noob combo. Plasma pistol takes shields down, switch to pistol, shoot him in the head, kill him. Right? So again, I don't know about the whole moving, like slowing things down. I don't know if I like that, but yeah, plasma weapons should act like plasma weapons. I can agree with that. That's the document. And that is the entire topic for this week's show. Will, do you have anything to add before we move on?
No, I like a lot of the ideas about customization to the armor, or, you know, I really like having pistol skins to switch between weapon skins and whatnot.
Yeah.
I was thinking more about the you know, the game itself. I think it would be really cool if you could have your own Spartan and just explore the Halo ring. And then, like you'd actually have other campaign missions where you jump in as chief and whatnot, kind of like traditionally how they've done.
Sure.
So we'll see what happens. The more I really like the idea of just having. That's why I like having my own Guardian in Destiny. It's your character. It's you put your spin on it. Whereas if you just play as chief the whole time,
right. Adding to what you want. I know you haven't played it yet. And maybe
Reach or
yeah,
Odious
maybe we'll get to Reach
on PC.
Right, because
I'm waiting for it.
Awesome. I'm yeah, let's do it. The reason why I bring that up is in Reach, right? You play as Noble 6. So like you are that character, you are Noble 6.
Mm-hmm.
But because Reach had such great customization with their armor and whatnot, the armor you put on, that shows in cutscenes.
Oh yeah?
Yep. So the rule of Reach is at the beginning you know the end. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Reach opens up, it pans out, and you see a helmet like with a broken visor embedded in the ground. Okay, or like on the ground. And it's Noble 6's helmet. It's your helmet. So from the beginning you know the end. But depending upon the helmet you have equipped from customization, that's the helmet that shows in that cutscene. They rendered all of them. So, yeah, really fucking cool.
Yeah.
So maybe they could do something like including the customization in that being your own type of Spartan. And that way you're running around as that individual. I don't know. Kind of like a jumping off point of what you're talking about, though. I could definitely see it being a thing. That could be cool. Anything else you wanted to state before we move on?
Nah, I'm good. Anything you want to say?
No, I think I'm good. I think that the community had some great points overall. Mark, you clearly went above and beyond in your thoughts there. And I'm really just excited to get more information on it, to be completely honest. I really am. Because like I've said, I may be biased, but I'm going to play the shit out of it regardless. So I just want more Halo. I really just want more Halo. Will, that does it for the topic. Should we move on to the shout-outs? First and foremost, shout out to Mark Owns Your Face for the topic suggestion this week. You're fantastic, and we love you. Next up, shout out to everyone who contributed to the topic discussion this week. And shout out to Trevor for giving us something on Instagram. Love to see it.
Yeah, that's great.
Shout out to everyone who tuned in, shared, and donated during Halo Bowl 3. You guys are absolutely fantastic. Thank you guys so much. We completely destroyed the goal. We're able to fund that cart, and hopefully we get to bring some smiles to some sick kids' faces. So, all in good fun. And yeah, that's where I'll leave that. It's really good to see. And then finally, actually, two things. One, shout out to Brian Makes Games and Heavy Rainfall for playing with us in the Halo Bowl 3. Thank you guys for taking the time out of your Saturdays to join us, play some competitive Halo. I hope you guys had fun. I had fun playing with you guys. It was really fun towards the end of it all. We're start shit talking each other.
Yeah,
like that was really funny. But no, it was a great time. It was great to call you guys teammates.
Also, shout out to everyone else who competed. Thanks for being there and putting this thing on.
Yes.
And Mudcat for hosting on his channel on Mixer.
Absolutely.
We got a little bit of homepage time, which was awesome.
It was.
Viewership started off with about 1,000, which was awesome.
Yep, that's
and
fantastic.
Really kicked things off on a good note.
I think it was consistent at it was basically consistent around 300 for nearly the entire tournament.
Yeah, I noticed once we lost homepage time, it dropped off to like 4 or 5, and then tournament went on till 11:30 at night. So,
Right.
you know,
Started at 4:30 in the afternoon.
Viewers came and went, but yeah, it was pretty good.
Yep. I just liked how there was a little bit of consistency there.
Shout out to the HCS Twitter account for retweeting it.
Yeah.
And getting it out there.
Indeed. It was great. And actually the stream went off basically without a hitch as well.
Yes. Went very well.
Yes. So, good job, Mudcat. And finally, happy birthday to the man himself, David Walsh, Halo 2 legend, Red Bull esports individual. That's right. He was a Red Bull. He's sponsored by Red Bull before Ninja was, for those who did not know. Yeah, happy birthday, Walshy. You're great. Your trash talking is some of the best
legendary.
Ever. It is legendary. It really is. And you're one of the best Halo players of all time. Nothing's going to ever take that away from you. And we hope you enjoy today and all your days. Will, that does it for the shoutouts. Which means it's time for the community creations. First and foremost, we have Meme Monday. Guess what? You already know what it is. Go ahead and check it out on Reddit. There it is. Then we have Grind to HCS Grassroots by Reclaimer. This is a YouTube video on how Reclaimer became a Grassroots member. Check it out. Then we have Talking to Esports Episode 5 by Paulshi and Ozarts. This is a weekly podcast that they do where they talk about everything in the esports world. Check them out. We already love Paulshi. Ozarts seems like a great guy. Check out their show. Next up, another new Halo podcast has been announced. This is by Halo United, and I quote, starting this Wednesday, Legend SZN will be starting a Halo podcast called The Ringcast, featuring guests such as Life to the Style, Morty, and Paulshi. This is for sure going to be a show you don't want to miss. Go ahead and check it out. You can follow them on Twitter and check out their show starting this Wednesday. Next up, we have the Reach Music Inception Part 1 by Marty O'Donnell. So, Mark, if you're still listening right now, go ahead and check out this video. It's very basic text over like samples and stuff that Marty O'Donnell was doing when he was creating Reach's soundtrack. So if you go and listen to that and you watch the video as well, like you learn a little bit more of the backstory and how that soundtrack came to be. It's really, really cool. Again, this is only part 1. Next up, Halo Collective announces a new album. This is by Halo Collective. It tweets, and I quote, "We're pleased to finally announce our new album, Planet Dank. Featuring Hidden Xperia, Fesk Daram, Henry Badger 19, and Chim. Art by Bailey J. It's out July 30th, and apparently this is fucking real."
All right, then.
Like, I don't even know what to believe anymore. I'm going to wait till July 30th, and if this thing is actually real, I'm going to listen to it, and I'll report back on it.
All right.
Next up, Cyrix puts up Halo CE tournament vids. This is by Cyrix. You can go ahead and check out his YouTube channel, included in the Google Doc of the show notes of the show. And then finally, Beachland Tournament VODs by Beachland over on YouTube. Included that channel as well. Check them out. Both of these recommendations came from Silos, if I'm not mistaken, in the Discord. So shout out to Silos as well for providing those. That's it for the community creations. Will, it's time to plug the show.
You can find us on your favorite podcast services. Just search for HCS Pro Talk. We are on iTunes, Google Play, Podbean, Stitcher, Spotify, and others as well. Leave us a review and let others know about the show. You can join our Discord, join the community discussion. We got a lot of great talks going on over there, a lot of great things being announced, posted. Go check it out. You can join our Xbox Club or Spartan Company. Search for HCS Pro Talk on your Xbox. We're on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Mixer, Twitch, Esportspedia. Search for HCS Pro Talk on all those sites and find us out there in the interwebs. Josh.
Yes.
That does it for the plugs, man. I don't know what else. Catch us at Halo Outpost Discovery Chicago. It's going to be great. Come see us. We might have some stuffs for you.
Yes.
What do we got?
We'll be conducting interviews, Will.
Oh boy.
On the show floor.
Are you excited?
I'm so pumped, man. I'm so pumped.
Do we have so we got media passes.
Yes.
We're doing
we got
panel.
the official confirmation. Yep. More than one.
Or do we have like an area where we can like set up a table or just be?
What I honestly think we're going to have to do is, so we may have to just go somewhere because it might be really loud in the convention center.
Yeah.
So we could go somewhere, or like, to be honest with you, like, as long as we trust the individuals, we could go back to the hotel room as well, because the hotel is very, very close to the convention center.
Yeah. Okay.
We could set things up.
We'll make it work.
We'll make it work.
We'll make the dream work because we have
the teamwork.
Oh,
boom.
All right, man. What do we have on the next episode?
We have another topic, Will. Thank you for asking. And then also, if you want to know what that topic's going to be, we don't know yet. So, if you have a suggestion for a topic, leave it in the topic suggestions thread in our Discord. Let us know what you want to talk about. We're basically open up for anything. And then also a couple more pieces of information before we close out the show. First, shout out to Physical Sky on winning the E3 Master Chief with Active Camo Funko Pop.
Oh, yeah.
I'll be sending it your way. I have no idea if you listen to the show, but I'll be sending it your way. Stay tuned for that. Congratulations to you. He won that during Halo Bowl. We did giveaways. It was great. So there you go.
Yeah. If you need another reason to tune into Halo Bowl next year, there were Game Pass giveaways. There was Xbox Live Gold giveaways.
Yes.
Funko Pop, a Halo ornament.
Yep, a Reach pin
Reach
from
pins.
E3 this year.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, just free to enter giveaways for
exactly.
Halo
It's just
stuff.
in chat. So
come on.
Got to do it.
Be there next year.
Be there or be square. But don't be square. Be there.
Or we'll send in T squared.
Hashtag free T2.
Yes.
Oh my God. Then the last thing I wanted to say is, and Will and I are in the process of getting everything finalized here, but since we are working on this, we're actively working on this, we want to know from you, what type of merch do you want to see from us? Again, we're in the process of it. It's very early stages, but if you had a preference on what you'd want, I've seen other orgs put like tweets out and whatnot. What do you want to see? We're just asking. We're just asking on the show, what kind of merch do you want to see? What do you got, Will? What were you going to say?
I mean, from our styles, just what we wear in general. I mean, t-shirts, zip-up hoodies.
Yep.
I wear a hat every once in a while.
Yes.
And that's kind of where I'm leaning.
Right. But I just want to know what others are thinking. Because we have this right here.
Well,
Okay.
people can't see what this is because we're an audio.
Right. It's up to you if you. That's why I said this. I didn't say what it is. If you wanted to say what it is.
It was a special order I did once we got our new logo, but I got backpacks with our embroidered logo on the back for me and Josh.
Yes.
So, I mean, it is possible, but
this is what I'm saying. I just want to know what the people are technically interested in. Because my thought process is, again, t-shirts, sweatshirts, hats. I also want to make stickers. Because I think having like a vinyl sticker on your like on my back windshield of my car would be fucking awesome. Because I already have a blue team one and I love it. Have an HCS Pro Talk logo one because we have a black and white logo. I think it looks sick. So yeah, let us know what you want. And obviously don't be too out there, okay? Like, no, we're not doing HCS Pro Talk pens or stupid shit like that. Like, what are you genuinely interested in merch? Let us know. We have ideas in the works. And we'll be bringing some samples to Outpost Discovery in Chicago. So come flag us down. We'll show you what we got. And we'll go from there. But that's all I got. Which means, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to do it for episode 79 of HCS Pro Talk. I want to thank you very much for listening. And we'll see you next week, where we're going to talk about some more Halo. Probably some more Halo Infinite stuffs. You never know what could possibly happen. But you know what, Will? We'll just have to wait and see. But until then, bye-bye!